Father, in your goodness, we ask you to look down with kindness upon all of us who are gathered here this morning. And we ask you in a very special way to look upon our beloved country. We may have our great respect and pride in the land that has given us so much. We ask you this morning to look kindly upon the citizens of the East Syracuse School District, who by their generosity and their sacrifices have provided the wherewithal that our young people can become citizens of our country. This morning we ask you in a special way to look upon the administrators, the teachers, and the staff members of our school district who have given so generously of themselves and of their time to bring about excellence in education in our area. Today, in a special way also, we ask you to look upon Dr. Fritz Hess, who is completing his 22 years as superintendent of the East Syracuse Middle Schools, that in his retirement he may have happiness and joy, and with his family, good health and long years, and especially the gift of everlasting peace. We ask you to look upon the families of our graduates who by their sacrifices have brought these young people to this particular moment. May their sacrifices not be forgotten. And finally, Father, we ask you to look upon our graduates who are gathered here this morning in a most special way. Give them the gifts of perseverance, of courage. Allow them to be stout-hearted, but above all, Father, allow them to be grateful. Grateful to the land in which we live, grateful to the freedoms that are ours, grateful to the school district that has provided them with this education, and grateful to their parents. Father, we ask you these things, for you live and reign forever and ever. Amen.
This morning, we are gathered here to recognize 240 seniors who have completed this course of study. I'd like everyone to know that 16% of this class are New York State Region Scholarship winners. 51% qualified for a State Regents diploma. 3 out of every 4 young people sitting in front of me are going on for post-secondary education, and 5% of them are going into the military. For the graduate, this day marks the end of the beginning. You all know that the word commence means to start or begin. And to the class of 1990, take what you have learned and use it. Use it to begin your new life. Use it to meet challenges. Use it now and throughout your lives. May it serve you well. There is much promise in this graduating class. That promise, that potential, is in each and every one of you. I'm excited about the prospects for continued development because I know that you can and will make remarkable progress in the years ahead. I am proud of you, and I want you to know that. As we, as educators, finish our task, and you, as students, have each done your part, and as you say farewell to us, we hope that you can bring to this world hope, joy, love, and other powerful values. In the words of Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, give what you have to someone, it may be better than you dare to think. It is the hope and prayer of this faculty that your pathway will be full of successes, and I will leave you with this one simple thought. The only difference between stumbling blocks and stepping stones is the way you use them. Best of luck and congratulations to the class of 1990. Special guests, if they would just stand and be recognized, and I'll introduce all of them. First and foremost, Dr. Fritz Hess, Superintendent of Schools. Mrs. Marilyn Peete, President of the Board of Education. Mr. Peter Carleone, Vice President of the Board of Education. Father Haggerty, who we've met from St. Matthew's Church. The Reverend Douglas Eddy, First United Church of East Syracuse. Mr. Andrew Vininsky, Assistant Superintendent. Mr. William Martin, Assistant Superintendent. Mr. Gordon DiCaprio, Director of Special Projects. Mrs. Ann O'Malley, Member of the Board of Education. Please give a round of applause. My apologies. Two people have arrived. Ken Sheehan, who is also a member of the Board of Education, and John Collins, who is a member of the Board of Education. The rest of our special guests will be introduced during the awards portion of our ceremony. At this time, I would like to introduce Rochelle Ratliff, President of the senior class, with an official welcome message. Rochelle?
Welcome, Dr. Hess, members of the Board of Education, school administration, faculty, honored guests, parents, family members, friends, and fellow students. Our high school experience was an unforgettable one. Our sports teams over the years, fall, winter, and spring, have done exceptionally well and even have won some league championships. The senior variety show came together in a short while, but brought many people from our class together. And a memory was built for all those who went on a senior class trip to New York City in February. To the seniors, we are all moving on to a new direction, and whatever you choose to do, be individuals. Dare to be different and take risks. There is a whole world out there, you need to experience it. Don't confine yourselves to a limited world. Always fight ignorance, and remember lack of knowledge breeds ignorance, and knowing is half the battle. I wish each and every one of you the best of luck in whatever you do, and I hope life brings you happiness and many more cherished memories to come. On behalf of the senior class, we would like to thank especially Mrs. Monroe and Mr. Howell, our class advisors for the past 3 years, for making our senior dinner dance, along with many other year-long activities over the last 3 years possible. The class officers offer our deep gratitude and appreciation. To the faculty and school administration and staff, we would like to thank you for supporting us emotionally and financially in all our school activities and molding us into the young adults we have become. To all our favorite teachers who have challenged our minds and guided us thus far, we will always remember you. On behalf of the senior class, I would like to thank our parents and those who have stood by us. We thank you for your support and understanding through the good and bad times. We hope you will always be there for us, and this is our time to tell you how much we appreciate you and hopefully will make you proud of us. Thank you, the senior class of 1990.
I'd like to introduce Mr. Michael Meltzer, physics teacher at the high school, who will introduce Jonathan Fiske for the salutatory address.
Ladies and gentlemen and honored guests, I am pleased to have this opportunity to introduce to you Jonathan Fiske, who is the salutatorian of our 1990 graduating class. Now I can tell you that Jonathan has earned this honor by accumulating a high school grade average of 95.4% and leave it at that. But I consider Jonathan to be a very special person, and I would like you to know why. Never want to take the easy way out. His academic transcript reads like a who's who of nightmare courses, which includes AP Calculus, AP Chemistry, AP American History, and even the dreaded AP Physics. He has won many honors, such as the Honor Society Letter of Commendation, the Bausch and Lomb Science Award, the AP History Award, Syracuse University Summer Scholarship, Advanced Government Award, National Merit Letter of Commendation, the Tandy Technology Award, and the Wegman Scholar Award. Jonathan has participated in Model UN, Science Club, President of Junior Engineers, FCC licensed member of the Ham Radio Club, and the Science Olympiad. He has been a member of concert band, stage band, and brass ensemble. He has competed in outdoor track, tennis, football, and long-distance cycling. Jonathan won the Syracuse University Award for Best Pre-College Engineering Project with his experiments on loudspeaker technology. On many occasions, he has been commissioned by an independent contractor to design sound systems for homes and businesses. With his bright, energetic, and cheerful personality, it was a pleasure to have Jonathan in my physics class. Always helpful, honest, and loyal, I wish that we could just keep him here with us. But his future awaits him at Syracuse University, where he will major in electrical engineering with a minor in business administration. During the last few years, it has been my good fortune to have known this fine young man who has the special gift of enriching the lives of all with whom he comes into contact. I have always been grateful for the time that he has spent with me. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you the salutatorian of the East Syracuse Manoa graduating class of 1990, Mr. Jonathan Fiske.
Thank you, Mr. Meltzer. Today, it is a welcome honor to address you, the faculty, the student body, and parents. I have chosen the subject of meeting the challenges of the 90s, which, for all of us, is an awesome and formidable task. Some of the problems we will face include environmental pollution, drug abuse, racial unrest, and worldwide political upheaval, just to mention a few. While these problems fill us with great apprehension, we realize that every age since the dawn of man has been beset by problems. While we can bemoan the current crises in our world and society, I feel optimistic. And if I had to choose any time and place in history to be alive, I would choose this time in our country. It is an exciting time. So much has already been accomplished in science and technology, yet we are on the threshold of many more new and exciting discoveries in medical resource search, space exploration, and many other fields of endeavor. In no time in history are we better equipped to face the challenges set before us. We have the technology, we have the material resources, and we have the best form of government. What we should not overlook are the intangible resources, the spirit, the will, the desire, and the purpose to make our world a better place for everyone. We need the dedication to serve others, to help the less fortunate, and a personal discipline and courage to meet the adversities along the way. Even more significant, in order to meet the challenges of the 90s, are the spiritual and moral values that have kept our families together and have stood the test of time. We are challenged to keep these values that we have learned in our youth as we progress through our lives. These intangible resources, respect for life and family, are just as important tools as science and technology. For pure technology alone is not the key to the betterment of society. It must be balanced with ethics, a clear vision of right and wrong. We are seeing man's control of life develop to new heights that 10 years ago seemed unattainable. Outstanding are the ability to alter life, noting developments in the genetic sciences, the ability to change life, seeing developments in organic transplants and medical research, and the ability to regenerate life in light of advances in bioengineering. However, the morals of our society as a whole are declining. It is our role as the new generation to maintain our standard values, to be more compassionate and responsible human beings. We have been given the tools to better society from our parents, our teachers, and clergy, and we must now accept the responsibility to act on what we have been taught. We have had many noteworthy role models. Our teachers here at ESM are exemplary in challenging us to learn new ideas, to think and act responsibly, and most of all, to achieve to the best of our potential. Our school has provided us with an atmosphere conducive to learning and and creativity, and I would like to express my gratitude at this time to our dedicated teachers who helped to instill within us a faith and belief in ourselves and our ability to attain goals. Teachers like Mr. Donahue, who took time out of his schedule every day this year to teach an independent study class for 2 students. Teachers like Mrs. Wilcox, who puts every ounce of her energy into showing how important history is to the present. Each of our instructors has given a part of themselves to help us become responsible citizens with respect for ourselves and others. And our most important teachers, our parents, whose guidance, discipline, support, and love every step of the way have been invaluable. So today, we as a graduating class face a new set of challenges that go beyond ourselves to new horizons. Our immediate goal involves pursuing another level of education, to make critical career choices, and most importantly, to meet a collective challenge which goes beyond our own personal and individual needs and focuses on the needs of society. In closing, let us take another perspective of dealing with challenges. St. Paul, in his first letter to the Corinthians, compares life to a race. He asks, do you not know that in a race all the runners compete, but only one receives the prize? And then states, we must run in order to obtain the prize. His message to us, then, is that only if we can face each of our challenges with perseverance, seeking the prize St. Paul speaks of, can we succeed. It is my personal goal, and I'm sure I speak for my classmates, to use the examples set by our parents and our teachers in dealing with future challenges, and to try to inspire others along the way. Thank you.
Before we go any further in the program, I did want to mention that there are air-conditioned classrooms on the east side of the school which has this ceremony on closed-circuit television. So if anybody is bothered by the heat, you're welcome to go into those rooms. Next, I would like to introduce Mary Pinkerton, who will introduce Mark Kramer for the valedictorian class.
Mark Kramer, valedictorian of the class of 1990, has been the highest achieving student on record since his early days at Haven Street School. Mark aspired to maintain this #1 position throughout his school career. On the last day of sixth grade at Kinney Street, he asked his teacher, Mr. Seeloff, to simply, well, am I? And Bob Seeloff replied, yes, you are. Mark was #1 when he left Kinney Street, and he was #1 when he left Pine Brook Junior High School. This consistent high level of achievement did not result without a great deal of hard work behind the scenes. Although Mark admits to being a little bit more laid back in his senior year, his mother recalls Mark working most all evenings from the time he got home from school well into the wee hours, with barely taking a break for supper. Mark was elected to take many of the higher level courses and AP courses as well. Mark's non-academic interests include golf, bowling, and basketball. He's an avid Celtics fan and a great admirer of Larry Bird. During high school, Mark has been a member of the National Honor Society, a French club, and a senior variety show. He has been recognized for excellent achievement in French, in chemistry, pre-calculus, and economics. In the 10th grade, he received the Most Distinguished Student Award. Recently, Mark has earned the Gold Tassel Award, National Merit Scholarship Award, Presidential Academic Fitness Award. Mark is considering a career in computer programming. This fall, he will attend the Morning College, where he has received a Jesuit scholarship. This time, I now present the valedictorian of the class of 1990.
not fulfilled 100% of the time, we still manage to reach the end of our journey. In addition, our parents and other family members have had to make many commitments relating to our education. They assisted us in our studies, listened to our complaints, and most importantly, supported us. Hopefully, they will be there in the future. Now that all of these commitments have been made, there's one more that must be made, a specific commitment, one that must be kept at all costs. That is the commitment to stay free of drugs in society. As all of you know, drug abuse is one of the biggest problems affecting society today. Internationally, drug cartels are bringing their products into our country every day from Central and South America, and they're killing anyone who tries to stop them. On a national level, drugs are harming more and more people every day, even the mayor of our nation's capital. A major reason for the increased number of drug abuse victims nationwide is the emergence of crack cocaine, which is more addictive than most other drugs being sold today, and which is making the drug problem that much harder to solve. We don't even have to use drugs ourselves to have our lives affected by them. If the drug problem continues to worsen, there will be a greater and greater chance in the future that we will be on the train where the engineer is using drugs, or we will be the innocent victims caught in the crossfire of a shootout between drug dealers. The key to making a commitment to a drug-free society is realizing that we also have drug abuse locally, and that it isn't just the other guy this time. In fact, I can recall a drug-related stabbing that occurred recently just a few blocks away from my house. In this day and age, every family has been or will soon be affected by drugs in some way. That scares me, and I hope that it scares you. I feel that the community should make a commitment to helping solve the drug problem by writing to local government officials and asking that more recreational facilities be built where kids can go instead of being on the streets where they will be faced by drugs. In addition, local schools should make a commitment to better educate our students about drugs and the consequences of drug abuse. It is steps such as these that must be the first actions taken in creating a drug-free society. This summer promises to be quite an adventure for me and my fellow students, and I know that all of us will, at some time or another, encounter drugs in our environment. I will try to make the right decisions. I hope that you will too. I'll miss my classmates, and I wish you all the success in the world. But this success can never be achieved without the commitment to stay free of drugs. Thank you.
Why did everybody laugh when you talk about being on time for class? At this point, I would like to do a good presentation of the acceptance of the class of 1990. It saddens me, certainly, that this is probably the final time which we will call upon our outstanding leader in this community for more than 22 years for all the things that he has done to accomplish in the schools and citizens of this community. So, with that in mind, Dr. Princess, Superintendent of Schools.
Thank you, Mr. Sanford. Honored clergy, members of the board, distinguished faculty, friends, and honored graduates. Before I talk to you all for a few moments, I'd like to recognize a few people. There's some people who are on this distinguished faculty who have been with us since the opening of this building. I'm wondering if they will stand. Carmen Sirio, Leon Parr, Don Polis, 'Oliver Fushler, Robert Haas, Donald Toomey, Paul Pinocchio, and Michael Meltzer. There are few days in a lifetime as eagerly as anticipated as the day of graduation. Years ago, we the graduates began to think of this day. And now this time has come. We want to congratulate you, your teachers, your families, all that each has contributed. I was going to have a regular prepared speech, and I do have it. But this morning while I was driving in, something just hit me that occurred to me some 35 years ago. I'd like to share the story with you. I was working in New York City at the time, just recently out of college, taking the train in from Westchester. And there were times when I would have to drive in because I'd have to be early. On this particular morning, I drove in. As I was driving in on one of the parkways in this congested city driving, my car ran out of gas. Mind you, being on a New York City highway, gas, and of course cars coming in at all directions. And I finally got to the side of the road a little bit, and after a few minutes, the car stopped behind me. The gentleman got out, came over to me, he says, "What's the trouble?" And I said, "I ran out of gas." And he said, "I don't know what I'm going to do here. I don't know if there's a gas station." But he says, "I just happen to have a gallon of it in my car. I'll share it with you. You'll be on your way." And he did, with all the traffic going by, put his gasoline into my car. And I asked him, "What can I do? How can I pay you? How can I reimburse you?" And I was just godsend to see this man here giving me this gasoline. Well, he said after a long discussion, it seems like eternity on that highway, he said, "You can do one thing." He said, "Whenever you see somebody in trouble, wherever it is, stop and assist them." And you know, I remember this morning, and I leave this message with you, because since you're about to leave the environment of the public schools, and you're going to go on to the realities of contemporary society, there are certain things that you have to consider. Who would ever have thought only a year ago the changes that have occurred all over the world? Democracies begin to flourish everywhere. Freedom of the right to make wise decisions is being adopted by many nations in this world that did not previously exist. At this time, all of us should renew our concern for each other. We should show decency and honor, compassion, and thoughtfulness to others. We should keep an open mind and expand our tolerance of those who are different. For in the final analysis, when you treat people with dignity, you also will be treated with equal respect. I hope that you continue to develop humanistic concerns and show love and be hopeful and positive. And this will build your self-image, all the things that you want to be. I'm very much concerned about what has happened and what is happening in education. The new generation of young people have great compassion, and I was seen this morning by the 2 or 3 speeches given by our class president, the valedictorian, and the salutatorian. And these are good citizens. They care about what goes on in their worlds. I also believe that the public schools in this community have responded to the needs of youth. The schools reflect a community inspired by its best and repeated by its worst. We have examined what is new. We tried to use what we could and retire what we did not need. For a public school does exist to acquaint each boy and girl with the history of man, his society, and his values. It exists to educate each student concerning the basic concept of humanities, the arts, and the sciences. A public school is there to encourage each individual to develop a character founded on morality, self-reliance, perseverance, honesty, courage, and joy. I think we have provided educational opportunities that assure youngsters an education according to their needs and to their abilities. And as I reflect, one must conclude that our community has risen to new heights in providing young people a positive environment for educational development. When all is said and done, no one will be able to say that the public schools of this nation were ever faced with a more grave and demanding challenge, but that the schools have worked hard to meet such a challenge. At East Syracuse, Manila, almost every program we have developed, these have been developed by our staff, have become a model for school systems everywhere in the regions, the state, and the nation. I think we can be proud of our accomplishment, but we are still doing a very effective job. The institution of public education at ESM has not been created by following easy roads. It has not been created by people who do not understand all that has to be learned. Those architects include boards of education, professionals in the field, political leaders, and distinguished faculty from universities. The cherished quality that has become part of our public school system has been built through painstaking care and skillful people who believe deeply in the importance of education, by people who understand both the principles and the mechanics and the process of learning, and by people who have ascertained that one of the greatest characteristics of the human race are the acquisition and the application of knowledge. For the opportunity to be part of this huge effort of social change, I am most thankful. I hope that our schools will continue to have the kind of stable and sound direction which arises from communication within our local community. Like any good idea, effective education requires time and patience. And over these past 2 decades, I've been overwhelmed by the richness of human experience that has passed before my eyes. The final product today is you, the graduates. I find you to be knowledgeable and caring individuals. Your accomplishments are many, and yet they couldn't have happened without dedicated teachers, dedicated parents, and a system that allows young people to mature and grow very successfully. As you know, commencement is the beginning of a new experience. And I feel a very special relationship with this class because this is a commencement for both of us. And we miss all of you. You, the class of 1990, have been a very dear and outstanding class. And I want to wish you all Godspeed. I want to wish you the very best that life can offer, and may the decades ahead be happy for you. May you be successful, and most of all, be at peace with yourself. And I'd like to leave you with a poem that I'm sure you have learned in your classes. Robert Frost wrote it in 1916. And it was The Road Not Taken. I just want to leave you with the last verse, which is as follows. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. And that's the whole difference. Thank you.
The following students come forward. 2011, Jonathan Fiske. Campo, Karen Marshall, and Lisa LaRock. I'd like to introduce Mr. Charles Murray, who will present the Elks National Foundation Scholarship. Mr. Murray.
Distinguished members of the dais, youth class of 90, faculty, and all of the guests. It's my pleasure to be here tonight, or to this morning, representing Syracuse Lodge number 31 of the Benevolent Protective Order of God. We have a scholarship program which has finally reached the pinnacle of scholarship contributions in the United States. We have finally overtaken the United States government itself. We contribute more than $3 million each year to scholarships. And we are very proud. East Syracuse, Manoa has been up in the front since I've had it, which is 7 years, and I believe there was only 2 years out of the 7 that East Syracuse, Manoa has not had a scholarship from the Elks. Now, this is a national contest, which, as you know, is participated in by the whole country. So anybody coming out of here is a winner, has done his homework real well. I would like to call Wendy Jo Love. Wendy, this is a certificate presented to Wendy Jo Levitt by Syracuse Elks Lodge number 31 for her distinguished achievement. I want to thank you very much, Wendy, for your marvelous job. You are next. And this is for Jonathan Fishy, who has also done his homework and is awarded a certificate of achievement by Syracuse Lodge number 31 for your fine job in the scholarship. I want to say congratulations to you folks who are embarking upon your separate ways very soon. And I know that they claim that the hate of the 90s is going to belong to you people, and I am sure it will. The opportunities will be enormous out there, and I know you're going for it with the education to overcome any obstacles in your path. Good luck. God bless.
Next, I'd like to call on Mr. Donald Dupay, who will present the Faculty Advisory Service Scholarship. Stephen Campbell.
Stephen Campbell. We at Faculty Advisory Service, great pleasure presenting you an award this year of $2,000 four-year scholarship. We take particularly pride on this because you have a parent that's an educator, and that's always a big hit for us. But in addition to that, we have a young man here that is an outstanding scholar, a very fine athlete, lettering in 2 sports, a talented artist, an avid outdoorsman, a young man that's known for his citizenship, truly a very fine young man. I'm going to give you a blank envelope. Nothing in it, so don't get upset. This is yours. But we're not going to renege. What we're going to do is give you the formal check at MacArthur Stadium for the Syracuse Chiefs game, where you'll be presented formally, I think it's the pitcher's mound, on the night of August the 3rd in all you, your friends, and relatives are invited. If you need extra tickets, just give me a call. Thank you very much.
Next, we have Mrs. Marilyn Peake, President of the Board of Education, who will present the Emma Waltz Nursing Scholarship.
It's always a pleasure that my husband and I derive annually at this event to be able to recognize one of the graduates who is pursuing a career as a registered nurse. The winner for the year of 1990 in your graduating class is Karen Lynn Marshall. Karen will be attending Cross-Serving Memorial School of Nursing. And I want to tell you just a couple words about Emma Waltz, in whose honor the scholarship is presented. Emma was a fine lady, a resident of East Syracuse for many, many years. Many members of her family, children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren at this time have been graduates of ESM. Emma Waltz had a fondness for anyone who pursued care of the ill, whether it was as an aide, an LPN, or an RN. Many members of her family did pursue careers in the nursing profession. And as a memorial to Mrs. Waltz, Dwayne and I decided several years ago that we'd like nothing better than to remember Mrs. Waltz in this fashion. And this year, Karen, we wish you luck. We're sure you'll be successful. And we hope you'll remember Mrs. Waltz and what she stood for and the people that she idolized. Most of them were registered nurses. Good luck to you.
And Mrs. Judy LaRock, who will present the American Legion Auxiliary Scholarship.
It's a great pleasure that I'm able to be here today. And it's also a great pleasure that this year's recipient is one of our junior members. On behalf of American Legion Post 359, American Legion Auxiliary, it is with great pleasure and this honor that this year's award goes to Lisa Marie-Laurent.
I would call a rather large group to the front of the gymnasium at this time, that they would assemble here to the left of the podium. The following people: Nancy Sylvester, Robert LeDuc, Paul Meehan, Nicole Candela, Anne Marie DeBrook, William Lissatel, Stacy Brooks, Lisa Fix, Christopher Guittaro, James Canaro, Daniel DiTino, Eric Hungerford, Carrie Cummings, Angela Falana, Maria Galeazza, Lawrence Capoletti, Kimberly Wright, Kathleen Paslick, Abraham Tannenbaum, Nicole Liebka, John Canaro, Penny Levitt, Matthew Walter, Colleen Riccardello, Kathleen Donahue, David Edding III, Danielle Johnson, Susan Fitzgerald, Michelle Gale, Christy Brooks, Julie McDonald, and Kelly Pacharles. And the presenter, Mrs. Louise Hurst, will present ESM District Scholarships.
Thank you, Mr. Santulli. Today, 34 PTO scholarships will be awarded. A total of 549 scholarships have been awarded to our graduates through the ESM District Community Scholarship Program since June of 1966. The following named scholarships have been given by individuals, community, and school organizations. many contributing since the inception of the scholarship program 25 years ago. Floyd C. Cotton Scholarship is awarded to Paul Meehan, attending University of Kentucky. Two Virginia EPOP scholarships. The first to Nicole Candela, attending University of Buffalo. The second to Amber Gabriel, attending SUNY Oswego. The Syracuse Lions Club Scholarship is awarded to Angela Filano, attending Wichita State University. Knocker Scholarship given by the Manoa Fire Department is awarded to Stacy Brooks, attending SUNY Oswego. The Raymond Mathis Senior Memorial Scholarship given by the Manoa Fire Department is awarded to William Desatel, attending University of New Hampshire. PTO Scholarship is awarded to James Canaro, attending Cole School. Fremont Lions Club Scholarship is awarded to Carrie Cummings, attending Long Island University in Southampton. There are 3 Syracuse Manoa United Teachers Local 2623 scholarships. First to Marie Galeazza, attending St. John Fisher. Larry Capoletti, attending SUNY Fredonia. Kimberly Wright, attending SUNY Oswego. There are 2 Pine Grove Junior High School Student Council scholarships. The first to Lisa Fix, attending OCC. Christopher Gutierrez, attending SUNY at Delhi. Dr. Charles M. Fulmer Memorial Scholarship given by Mrs. Norma Fulmer is awarded to Gabriel Tenenbaum, attending Geneseo. Hughes Kinney PTO Scholarship is awarded to Dan Latino, attending RPI. Fremont Woodland PTO Scholarship is awarded to Eric Hunterford, attending Ithaca College. The Anna and Microwave Incorporated Scholarship is awarded to Nicole Litka, attending Michigan State University. The Old Manoa High School Scholarship given by the Manoa Grand Reunion is awarded to Kathleen Pastoff, attending Parker Community College. The ESM class of 1990 scholarship is awarded to John Canaro, attending Marist College. The ESM class of 1991 scholarship is awarded to Penny Loud, attending the University of Buffalo. Class of 1992 scholarship awarded to Matthew Walter, attending SUNY in Geneseo. There are 4 ESM high school faculty scholarships. The first awarded to Connie Riccardello, attending Oswego. Kathleen Donahue, attending Marywood College. David Eddy III, attending the University of Rochester. Danielle Johnson, attending the University of Maryland. There are 2 Simon Priest Memorial Scholarships given by the VFW Post 9596, Collier, New York. First awarded to Nancy Sylvester, attending Morrisville. The second, Robert Leduc, attending SUNY Oswego. Richard M. Theoret Memorial Scholarship given by Mrs. Genevieve Theoret is awarded to Kelly Pachowitz, attending Utica College of Syracuse. There are 4 ASM District Community Scholarships made possible by contributions from individuals and community and school organizations. The first awarded to Susan Fitzgerald, attending SUNY Oswego. Second to Michelle Gale, attending OCC. Christy Brooks, attending SUNY Oswego. Julie McDonald, attending SUNY at Morrisville. I wish to thank all who support our scholarship program. Special thanks to Mary Robbins, our treasurer, to Mr. Henry Santulli, our principal, to Mr. Tamiano in his guidance department, and to Mrs. Rosalie Master Battisto, our publicity chairman. Congratulations, Frank.
The following students will do likewise. Paul Meehan, Stacy Napier, Jeffrey Leung, Rochelle Ratliff, John Bassett Jr., Sandra Spagnola, James Gallagher, Ronald Rooney, Christopher Guittaro, Daniel Datino, Susan Fitzgerald, and Penny Lovett. I'd like to introduce Mr. Thomas Shallow, who will present both the Eric W. Smith Memorial Scholarship and the Bertrand Booker Memorial Scholarship. Yeah.
Good morning. The first scholarship to be presented is done in memory of Eric M.W. Smith, whose mother happened to be a secretary in their guidance department. And it was the wish of Mr. and Mrs. David Smith and friends to remember the son Eric, who died well short of a full lifetime. Eric was an athlete, a student, and was aspiring toward a career in drafting and architecture. And it's the wish of the family and friends to recognize a graduating senior each year that has those combination of traits and qualities. And so I'm really pleased this year to present the Eric M.W. Smith Scholarship. Really one of the finest kids that I've come to meet in the time I've worked in public education, Nick Paul. Paul's a 3-sport athlete heading to the University of Kentucky in architecture. Bert Booker would have been a member of the class in 1987. Bert's mom, Gladys, each year wishes to recognize 3 students that typify some of the characters of Bert through athleticism, music, and of course academics. Bert would be an upcoming senior at Duke University, and it's a wish that Mrs. Booker recognizes 3 of our finest seniors each and every year. The first student recognized, class of 1990, en route to the University of North Carolina, of course, a study of medicine. It's a pleasure to award the Bert Booker Scholarship to Rochelle Ratliff. The next winner, of course, a member of the class of 1990, en route to Onondaga Community College of Science and Mathematics, Stacy Marie Napier. Our third winner for the class of 90 will be a freshman at the State University of New York at Fredonia, studying communications, will be Jeffrey Leon.
Thomas Bauer Memorial Latin Scholarship.
The Thomas Bauer Memorial Scholarship is dedicated to the memory of a fine Latin scholar who was taken from us before he graduated from ASM. I am very proud of this year's recipient, as he is an outstanding individual, both academically and ethically. It is people like John Bassett Jr. who are indeed our hope for the future.
The next handsome presenter is the number of class of 1989, Mr. Michael Luther, who will present the Melanie M. Smith Wiskowski Scholarship given by the students, faculty, and friends at Pine Grove Junior High School. Michael.
On behalf of the students, faculty, and friends of Pine Grove Junior High, I'd like to present this year's Melanie M. Smith Wiskowski Memorial Scholarship for excellence in math to Sandra Spagnola.
Mr. Andrew Beninsky, Assistant Superintendent, who will present the Andrew Beninsky Senior Memorial Scholarship given by the Beninsky family.
The family of Andrew Beninsky Sr., in honor of his memory, is awarding a $1,000 scholarship to an industrial arts major who best exemplifies the characteristics of work excellence, imagination, and good old-fashioned Yankee ingenuity. My father, a possessor of these characteristics, was a graduate of the East Syracuse High School and a lifelong resident of this community. And over that lifetime, he fought for America, pulled himself up by the proverbial bootstraps of the Great Depression, enjoyed several technical careers in businesses, and in a pioneering, spirited way helped to build, repair, and make better this land he loved. And we have with us today a new generation of graduates ready to assume their place in fashioning America's third century. And past generations of Americans took the pioneering spirit and conquered her mountains, bridged her mighty rivers, built our cities skyscrapers, made fertile the deserts, and did a million other things to enrich our lives. And that spirit exists in some of these graduates as they go forward to meet America's new frontiers with the same determination to walk where no one's tracks have ever been. There is no doubt that America needs its lawyers and its doctors and its teachers, and some of ESM's graduates assembled here today will indeed answer that call. The seeds of America's greatness also include her tradesmen and mechanics, builders and architects, who by their God-given talents continue to forge a better America. They too are pioneers continuing the American dream. ESM's industrial arts teachers have selected a student who has these pioneering traits in abundance. During this student's junior and senior years, he has been directly involved in occupational drafting. He started the program 2 years ago, weak in drafting skills, but through dedication and perseverance, became one of Mr. David Eddy's finest students. The student manages time well and does not waste a second in his classes. And he recently completed, along with 6 fellow students, a project model for the East Syracuse United Church. This student will often spend time outside of normal class time working on extra drawing assignments. He was also involved in doing layouts for this special 25th anniversary edition of the yearbook. His teachers described him with words like conscientious, responsible, reliable, hardworking, and courteous. This student will continue his academic career by majoring in architectural technology at SUNY at Delhi. And there is no doubt about his ability to become a leader in the field of drafting. The Beninsky family takes great pride in awarding this year's $1,000 scholarship to James Geller.
I would like to present the John O'Malley Memorial Scholarship given by the O'Malley family, which is typically awarded each year at graduation for a student in the graduating class that is going on to study criminal justice. And this year's award winner is Ron Rooney, and he is attending Onondaga Community College to study law enforcement. Next, Mrs. Ann Norris will present the Walter Basilio Memorial Scholarships.
Walter Basilio was chairman of our business department here at the ESM, and he was also treasurer of our credit union for many, many years. And on behalf of the ESM Federal Credit Union, I am pleased to present 4 $300 scholarships to 4 of our graduating seniors. An additional scholarship has been presented to Mrs. Mary Conley, a biology teacher here at ESM, who will enter pre-med school in the fall. Chris Quintero,
The final awards to be given today to the following students: Stephanie Warden, Mark Kramer, Mark Christensen, Stephen Overend, Paul Meehan, and Tracy Wilson. Presenting these awards, Mrs. Janice Dowling, Assistant Principal.
I'm not presenting these, I'm announcing them. Mr. Santulli is presenting them. The first award is the William Clubhouse Scholarship. It is given in memory of an outstanding administrator in our school district. The recipient will enter the field of education. The winner is Stephanie Warden, who is attending junior college. The next award is the Ronald Booth Memorial Award donated by Donald Booth. The U.S. Savings Bond Award to the highest ranking senior, and the recipient is Mark Kramer, who's attending the Navy College. Next award is the Paul R. Hopkins Memorial Award. It is given by Mr. and Mrs. Paul Hopkins in memory of their son who was killed in Vietnam. It is a cash award to the most deserving senior. It is the intent of this cash award to be used for the purchase of college textbooks in the freshman year. The recipient is Mark Christensen, who is attending school. The next award is the Town of Manlius Police Benevolent Association Scholarship. The recipient will enter the field of criminal justice. The award goes to Stephen Overend, who is attending awards: the Outstanding Senior Boy and Senior Girl Athlete, the first Senior Boy Athlete, the Danny Casper's Memorial Award, presented by the Casper's family, goes to Paul B. And I think the last award is the Outstanding Girl Athlete, donated by the Minot Lions Club, goes to Tracy Wilson.
If I can introduce Mrs. Merrill King, once again, President of the Board of Education, and Mr. Peter Montleone, Vice President of the Board of Education, for the awarding of the diplomas. It will be selected this year by 4 25-year veterans, Dr. Hudson, Mr. Ford, Mr. Carmen Serial, Mr. Robert Haas, Mr. Donald Paulus, and Mr. Donald Toomey.
Mark Charles Kramer. Kristen Fishy. Rochelle Marie Radlick. And presenting the diploma to his daughter, Mr. Johnson, Danielle Johnson. Kenra Ann Renali. Samir Abu Khadra. Tracy Lynn Andrews. Michael A. Angel. Benjamin Apre. Charles A. Argento. Joseph Archero Jr. Glenn Arnold. Michael Francis Barr. Nicole Marie Barr. Nicole is receiving a certificate for completing 1,000 hours in cosmetology and will soon go on to take her state board finals. John Michael Bassett Jr. Joseph Allen Gallardini. Joel John Bertrand. Kimberly J. Vestner. John N. Betts. Lisa Kristen Block. Stephen M. Globad. Amy Victoria Konacki. Roswitha Render, one of our foreign exchange students from Germany. Tyler John Briscoe. Christy Lynn Brooks. Stacy Ann Brooks. Brian B. Brownwall. Tanya Marie Bryant. Maria Patricia Buss. Ryan J. Butler. Stephen Paul Campbell. Nicole Marie Candela. James J. Canaro. John W. Canaro. Lawrence Vara Capoletti. Bridget Ann Perry. Robert David Carnine. Sarah Ellis Carr. Deidre Ann Carroll. Jacqueline Renee Cartino. Roberta L. Case. Kim Marie Casey. Lisa Ann Chase, Joseph Leo Charette, Andrew F. Chick, Mark Andrew Christensen, Ronald Joseph Clark, Julie Ann Coleman, Todd B. Collins, Kelly G. Cook, Samuel Michael Garcivo, Amy Marie Cartwright, Michael C. Raymer, Michael David Crawford, Christopher Thomas Pitaro, Catherine Jane Calkin, Gary Ann Cummings, Brian H. Dane, Daniel Anthony Latino, Selena A. Della Paz, Dawn M. Delore, Alan J. De Niro, William Charles Disitels,
Anne Marie Natale, Donna A. Dodd, Michael E. Donavello, Kathleen Marie Donahue, presented by her father, James Donahue. Lisa H. Dorn. Susan Lisa Dow. Darlene Fia Gillespie. Sean Francis Boyer. Mark Vincent Dickens. David Sherwood Teddy, presented by his father, David Teddy. Daniel A. Eisenberg. Jason M. Eno. William J. Napolito. Kendra Ray Robb. Rena C. Buren. Deborah Ann Fields. Susan Bess Fitzgerald. Lisa Ann Fix. Lisa Ann Fleming. Stephen John Corsick. Gary E. Plus. David A. Fry Jr. Angela M. Polana. Anne Marie Ebra. Michelle Leah Gale. Maria C. Gagliazza. James E. Gallagher. N. Respecter. Christine L. Gerston. Alice Gessinet. Alice is also a foreign exchange student from Germany. Brett M. Gilbert. Jacqueline Du Goldstein. Dawn Maria Goodson. John R. Graves. Michelle Denise Griffin. Clinton M. Rosnick. Matthew Kenneth Hawkins. Shannon Renee Hearn. Kent Edward Hurst. Daniel James Moran. Richard A. Paul. Brent David Newman. Eric Richard Hungerford. Jason Andrew Pike. Robert J. Hyde Jr. Jennifer Lynn Jarvis. Paul Christian Johnson. Tammy Michelle Clason. Heather Lynn Blue. Teresa Pauline Knapp. Michael L. Knopf. Robert F. Knox. Melissa Marie Kogan. Jeffrey Warren Pritzker. Kimberly J. Becca.
Robert Benjamin Ledoux. Tracy Lynn Lambert. James P. Paula Lawaka. Lisa Marie LaRock. Where are we going? Tiffany Lane Blue. Penny Sue Levette. Penny J. Levette. Jeffrey M. Maloney. John Joseph Lewis. Nicole Marie Lippert. Michael J. McNair. William J. Lincoln. Jennifer R. Lincoln. Christopher Michael Latino. Janice Elizabeth Lowe. Mark Andrew Ruffin. Henry Angelo London. Lucille Ann Magicaro. James Thomas Mitchell. Jessica Jean Marino. Michelle Frances McCarthy. Joseph Richard McCoy. Julie Marie McDonald. Jason Brian McDougal. Reuben Oren McKinney Hunter. David Christopher Molesky. Shannon Liddell Monsieur. Amber Louise Merritt. Angeline Marie Moore. Matthew Stephen Myers. Andrew Paul Miller. John A. Miller. Michelle Renee Miller. Jennifer Ann Murphy. Jason J. Williams. Kimberly Joy Montana. Mary May Moore. David Christopher Magello. Elizabeth Ann Nay. Stacy Marie Natalie. Christopher Roger Nissen. Scott Ann Norton. Lenora Lynn Oatman. Tracy Ann O'Brien. Scott Matthew Olmsted. Stephen M. Oberon. David Francis Owens. Kathleen Marie Pastor. Roxanne Marie Patel. Dawn Marie Parrott. Who was also completed 1,000 hours in cosmetology certified with Pitt State Board. Michael J. Perry. Rebecca J. Peters. Kelly Ann Chavez. Joseph Lee Piston. Michelle Ann Conforto. Gervais Charles Pratt III, second. Julie Catherine Green. Colleen Mercadillo, the woman being presented by her father Frank. David A. Romer. Ronald A. Rooney Jr. William H. Root. Sharon L. Rose. Laurie A. Russell. Joseph J. Russo. Tracy L. Rutherford. Cheryl E. Shader.
Tammy L. Schmidt. Elke Ursula Schneck, and she is also one of our foreign exchange students from Germany. Tiffany Marie Schneck. David Edward Scott Jr. Michelle Seitley. Missy Ann Sherrick. Robert Lee Showman. Stephen Edward Sidman.
Oh man, you got me. Grant.
Denise Ann Siminsek. Ryan Douglas Slater. Marcus Jerome Smith. Tobin Michael Smith. Sandra Marie Stagnolo. Matthew John Spratt. Mara Manel. Roseanne Sutton. Nancy Lynn Sylvester. Susan Eva Cox. Christine Marie Carnacki. Grant Oliver Temple.
I'm done.
Abraham J. Penwell. Jennifer Lynn Tyler. Clifford Lawrence Toole. Jane Marie Vecchiarelli. Peter J.
Slow down.
Don't walk too fast. You'll get a pulse or something.
Matthew Charles Walker. Celeste Ann Warren. Eric J. Warren. Angela S. Whitman. Aaron J. Williams.
Nice job there.
Heidi Ann Wilson. Timmy C. Wilson. Tracy Elizabeth Wilson. D. John Wan. Stacia Lee Wood. Vanessa Ann Woodard. Stephanie Irene Gordon. Kimberly Ann Wright. Rebecca Lynn Wright. Diane Marie Young. Jason G. Sahara. Gregory Allen Zacharias. Nanette Louise Apollo. Anna Smirala. Sharon J. Loretta Lindsay. Paul Allen Bean.
Ladies and gentlemen, one final hand for the class of 1990. there you want. So at this point, I'd like to call on the Reverend Gene Douglas Eddy for the benediction, and thereafter, Dr. Hess will declare you officially graduated, and the ceremony is over. Reverend Eddy?
Please join me in prayer. Special words of thanks, O Lord, for the care of faculty, staff, the Board of Education, and families for these graduates. And for Dr. Fritz Hess, who has guided and served and led us to ever higher levels of knowledge. We thank you and ask your blessings on him and on his family in the years ahead. Now go out into the world in hope and promise. Live in your values and actions the words spoken this day. May God's love escort you on your journey. Know that you do not travel alone. Carry a heart that cares about others, a vision that glows with possibility, a vocabulary of gentleness and justice, and a sensitivity to the suffering and need around you. God's blessings on each and every one of you and on those you love. Know that you have been called to a special greatness. Go out now and live it. Amen.
I'm proud to rest the name by the Board of Regents, and now declare these commencement exercises concluded, and thank you for the class of 1990.